I really believe that you need to be passionate in guiding through the area, because it resonates through you. It just shows when you shine, when you're taking visitors through. They can see the love affair that you have in your work. They can see how your eyes twinkle as you're telling stories of the past, but then you're showcasing of what we're doing in the future.
When I think of manaakitanga, I think, what it must have been back in that old time where people travelled and they knew that they had travelled distance, so they came in and they had their welcome, they had their pōhutu. So, I do the same thing. I make sure that I mihi those people properly. I acknowledge the country that they've come from. And then when I do the tour, I talk about things and how it was in our old people's time, how it is for us today, how we try to blend the old and the modern. But I always tell them it's not something that I've had to go away and learn. It's something that's generational, it's in my DNA.
This institution has kept me alive, my children, my family, right down to my great-granddaughter. It's given me things that I would have never had, opportunities I would have never had in any other place.
Being in the position of being in NZ Meki, and you look down the line back into the past of all the people that stood in the same position, then you realise your responsibility. We're just a link in that long chain that is going to carry on from us.
I'm part of the first people who occupied where we are today, and so it's not just a job for me, it's part of who we are.
And it's through the stories that we've been told that we continue the legacy. We're representing all our families down at the pā, because that's where it all started, down in our village. Come up close, guys, you can take your photos.
In terms of the Institute, it survived because of its symbiotic and connection to tourism. Without tourism, this place wouldn't survive. You don't have the Puia to keep driving it. You don't have the Puia to keep your culture reviving itself over and over again. Young ones that come into the school, time is your only teacher, because it teaches you patience. It teaches you how to negotiate, and that's a skill in its own. I hope, 200 years from now we still have a culture. We need to be aware that we don't lose that kanohi ki te kanohi connection, We should always take time to sit down and talk face to face all the time.
Tourism does so much here for New Zealand, but always keep that human factor, because that's who we are as a people, as Māori, as a New Zealander, and inviting people to our land and being proud of it.